This is Diana Sullivan in Austin, Texas. Today I'm going to show how to make mirror image lace. You see this lace has a strong diagonal line. It's lace number 153 from Stitch World. And here you can make the mirror image where it has exactly the same pattern but going the other direction. And this is a simple technique. I have knitted about a repeat and a half of that pattern, design number 153 in Stitch World 3, and you can see the strong diagonal rows of holes going up the pattern. Now this is a typical brother lace pattern. You do 2 passes with the main carriage, which does 2 knitted rows. Then you come in with the lace carriage and you go back and forth. It selects and transfers needles and continue going back and forth until a 2 appears in the window. The 2 in the window of my 965I means that it's time for me to do 2 rows with the regular carriage. So I just knitted the 2 rows. Now if this were a punch card machine, the card would advance and I would see an arrow that's kind of a sideways U shape, and that would mean to go ahead and use my main carriage for 2 rows. You can do mirror image lace with a punch card machine or an electronic machine. Let me finish this repeat on the lace. Now this is a very typical deal in that the lace carriage in between passes is going to be parked on the left hand side of the machine. And then the main carriage is parked on the right and comes in from the right and does its 2 passes. And one more repeat here. And it beeps. That was 2 full repeats that I've knitted. I knitted some before I began to film. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my 2 passes with main carriage. Then I'm going to bind off, flip it over, and show you what the lace looks like. I put that first lace sample on the gate pegs so that I could show it to you, and you could see what a pretty lace this is with its strong diagonal lines. Now we're going to do the mirror image of this lace pattern, and you'll be surprised at how easy that is to do. I'm going to start the next sample the same way. I did waist yarn, a row of ravel cord, and then I'm going to knit 2 rows with my main carriage. But notice I'm starting from the left, and I'm going to park the main carriage on the left before I begin the lace. Programming is going to be different. I have the same pattern 153 programmed in there, and I press the start button so that I'm on row 1. But I'm going to press a variation key. The variation key I press is this one, and what happens is it flips it over from left to right. So I'm pressing that twice so that the input keys stop flashing, and this will actually flip my pattern over one direction to the other. Now you can do this with a punch card too. If you have a punch card, flip it over left to right, not top to bottom, but left to right, and then reinstall it. Now for my lace carriage, I install it on the right hand side of the machine and I approach from the right. So my carriages have swapped position, and I do the passes. Then bring my main carriage in and do its passes. And then my lace. And then my main. Now I'm going to work 2 full repeats of that and take it off, give it a quick steaming so that you can see how this creates a mirror image of the original pattern. Here are my 2 pieces of lace, exact mirror images of each other. You could even sew a seam here, match it up, and have beautiful chevrons running down the fabric. Now I'm always asked one question with this demonstration, and that is, How do you get it to come out all in one piece? Well, to do that, you would have to create a new lace pattern, and it would need to be quite wide. It would require an electronic machine. But this is a technique that if you're willing to have a seam, or if you have two fronts, like a cardigan front, that you don't have to do any special programming. You just need a pattern that is not symmetrical. One of these diagonal patterns is a really great choice.